the relationship doesn't exist because you never get tempted. The relationship exists because you get tempted and don't act on it.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Is there such a thing as like an emotional infidelity?
Yes.
Yes.
Like emotional
Like what she said
affair?
about if they had like a past with someone, like they might be like still in love with that person. There can be like things that are.
I think that's a chick thing.
Oh.
I think
Yeah,
that's a chick thing.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing with a man
Emotional
for emotional infidelity. It's just not that it doesn't mean as much to us as men. Like if you don't sleep with them, then that's kind of the ultimate thing. Because we as men understand, like if I have female friends and they do not want to validate a dude, like I talked to a girl last night who told me a dude bought her a house and like she's never slept with him, and I'm like the validation comes from women wanting to have sex, and if the dude is like. If the girl's like, yeah, I did all this stuff, but I never had sex with him. To me, it's like you just cucked him, and you see him like a brother. It doesn't really bother us as men in those situations. So this emotional infidelity, I'm not saying it's not a real thing, but the thing is, you were talking about dry humping or whatever. Yeah. If a girl was like that interested in another dude and didn't cheat, you still should probably break up with her. Like at that point, because she doesn't have
desire.
This is it. You're not breaking up with her for cheating. You're not breaking up for cause. You're breaking up because it's just not a good fit. Yeah. Like for some reason, your genuine desire is pointed somewhere else. Your blowtorch is in a different direction. So it's the best thing for both of us to not be together. Yeah. If you're a man,
you don't want your girlfriend grinding up on some other dude. It's not a good look.
No, of course that's a terrible look. My point is, in any case where she's just lost genuine desire, because so many men have like so few options, they just are still going to try to make things work. But if she's lost genuine desire, even if she hasn't cheated, you probably should move on. Like that's a serious problem.
Yeah, women check out before they actually.
Of course,
right?
I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Looking for the
100%.
next man.
So let me ask you this: should an emotional affair be grounds for divorce? Is that crossing a line? Is it a boundary cross?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, well, anybody. Like,
I don't know if you could prove that in court. I think the women would.
Well, I
be
mean,
maybe more upset.
I mean, if you were the judge, like, would that be grounds for divorce?
I don't know. I honestly don't think I could answer that.
They never had sex.
It would depend.
There's an emotional investment.
If you're having an emotional connection with somebody else, and that means you no longer have the emotional connection with your partner.
Yeah.
So now your relationship is lacking very fundamental things that you need in order to move forward and have a future together. So absolutely, if you have an emotional connection with somebody else, you do not need to be together.
See, the reason
You have such a pretty voice.
The reason I ask is because that's one of the most common reasons for, like, say, very religious Christian women to divorce their husbands. There's no infidelity. There's no actual sex happening, but maybe it's him and his work wife, right? Or him and somebody he used to know, like on, back in the day, and now they reconnected on like Facebook, and then maybe they're sexting, or maybe they're just like have some sort of, never, no sex is involved, but there's sort of that emotional investment. Or the guy is constantly jerking off to porn, and then,
that's huge.
but there's no sex on his side, but it's an emotional.
I lost a relationship over that, actually.
I have a really interesting story.
Porn addiction.
That actually really correlates to this. So this woman I've known for a lot of my life. She was on vacation where she grew up. So she lives where I live back home. She was running on the beach and she passed out from dehydration. She was not with her husband. She's been married to him for, let's say, 20 years. And she wakes up in the hospital and her high school sweetheart is there. Oh. And she told me that she genuinely thought about leaving her husband to be with this man because he showed up that one time being like, what if, you know what I mean? But her husband's been providing for her. They have kids together, blah, 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 blah. And she still had that thought, like, what if I could be with this guy?
But that's where
the one that got away.
The relationship doesn't exist because you never get tempted. The relationship exists because you get tempted and don't act on it. Yeah. That's the point. Your friends are not your friends because everything is good and you all make money together and everything's pleasurable. They're your friends when things go bad and they stick around. Yeah. Your business partners are not your business partner, not good business partners, because you keep making money all the time. They stick by you when you don't have a good month. They stick around. Those are actually the people you should be doing business with and trust. And again, if you're married, your marriage, the boundaries and the strength of your marriage is based on when things are bad, do you stay? Not when things are good, do you stay? It's when things are bad. That is the only indicator. Everything else is just superfluous. Like, again, I go out to nightclubs sometimes, and there are guys that I shake hands with that I would consider friends, they're buddies, but I don't want to do business with them. I would never leave them alone with my girlfriend. Like, I just don't trust these motherfuckers at all. Like, I was like, oh, a new crypto scheme you want me to do? Cool. Yeah, awesome. Let me buy into your...
It was just the consideration
Thanks,
of her
Kyler.
even thinking that she should leave her husband, like I would think that would be the end of the relationship.
I think it's okay to be curious and know like what else is out there. I mean, it's just a thought. I don't think it's different than like acting on that.
A thought is fine.
I think it shows you might not be like fully happy though. There's like a problem in the relationship.
There's something lacking.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it can't be like mended. I feel like because I feel like cheating is a decision where there is penetration and things like that. You take it like another step.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A thought versus action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even like I don't know. I was just like, whoa! I can't believe you told me this. This is like really personal.
Yeah, for sure.
And
almost a cry for help.
Maybe.
Well, I was going to say, it's one thing to have the thought. It's another thing to verbalize it to someone else and say, what do you think about me? I'm like, am I crazy?
You're really
thinking about this for the last week.
Last year,
10 years of my life.
The pros and cons. Got a whiteboard.
I mean, it sounds like it's kind of scared her too.